Hey everyone, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. We're done with the 4th of July weekend. What do we look ahead to now, Briggs? We look ahead to Briggs's birthday, which is coming up. Whoa!
Oh, I keep forgetting. Honestly, this year's gone by so fast, I forget. My birthday's on Wednesday.
Nice.
Happy early birthday to me.
Yeah, happy early birthday, Briggs. We're going to have to throw a party in here or something.
Yeah, no kidding. This week is jam-packed too, not only with my birthday, but like things that other people care about. There's tall ships.
Okay,
tall
yeah,
ships,
right.
Tall ships, downtown Duluth days in Duluth. Hibbing Jubilee this weekend, where we're going to be live for our next installment of Your Town.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we're busy.
We are. We're like really busy.
Happy birthday, Briggs.
Yeah.
Well, after such a lovely long weekend, maybe you're upset about being back at work, or maybe thinking about everything that's on our plate here. And maybe you just need to blow off some steam. And I'm not sure if there's anyone around here, but I really enjoyed this idea of a rage room, which is outside of Boston, Massachusetts. The whole point is to lose it. Just get angry, break stuff. It doesn't matter what's on your mind. The owner there says he's noticed a lot of people who are there for their birthdays, but he's also noticed students who might be stressed out with exams, or even folks who are experiencing or went through a breakup. So I wish we could have one of these around here, because I would attend. I would throw some things around.
I think they used to have one in Duluth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of by Burrito Union, I think.
Okay,
I don't know what happened to it, though. I never got to attend. It would have been so fun. I would just love to smash some TVs like they did.
Throw some bottles around. Yeah, grab the baseball bat.
It's surprising how much that helps, though. Just throwing something around, or even just screaming.
Yeah.
You know? Not that I do that.
Well, no, for sure.
Never, no. Just in my car by myself.
Yep. After work, yep.
All too often. On the opposite side of the mood spectrum, a new study suggests that people feel more loved when they express love themselves. Research indicates that expressing love may lead to increased feelings of being loved. The study from Penn State University showed that when people express love to other people, then they tend to feel more love themselves. But people who received love were not more likely to than those who express love. So interesting. I suppose that makes sense. You know, if you put out good vibes, you get good vibes back.
You get them back. Yeah. It's like karma. Is that karma? Goes around, comes back around? Yeah, spread the love on this Monday, and rage when it's safe to do so. Well, coming up on today's show, health experts share how you can map out time for exercise in your busy daily schedule. Plus, we're going to meet a Minnesota man who's gained a social media following, planting money for others to find.
Oh, okay.
Giving away thousands of dollars, by the way.
I'll be following that man
I hope he comes to Duluth sometime. Well, let's start out in Michigan, though, where a human-sized robot was spotted casually walking down a busy street in Detroit. The sight obviously stopping pedestrians in their tracks when they saw it. That robot, named Zion, was part of a promotion for a robot battle event in Motor City. And if you want to learn more about these robots, you can visit robowar.com.
That was not what I was expecting to see when this video popped up. That is a human-like robot.
Fortunately, it looks like it's in between the size of an adult and a kid. So if it was probably like over 6 feet tall, that'd be a little more terrifying.
Yeah. What if you saw that thing like knocking on your door in the night or something?
I don't know. If I was one of those drivers, I'd be like, I am going to drive even faster now. I'm going to get away from this scene.
Bye, robot. Well, Ryan, you got to enjoy the new Jurassic World movie.
I did.
Over the weekend. What'd you think?
Yeah, I would say I'd give it, I forgot what I gave it. I think like a 7.3 or a 7.4 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're in the decimals.
Yeah, I'd say, I'd say it's definitely worth the watch if you're a Jurassic Park fan. My fiance, huge Jurassic Park fan. The problem, it was a very slow start to the movie, but it really picked up, and every scene that had a dinosaur was just fantastic. So I definitely would watch it in the movie theater. Our director Shania said, "What do you think of Scarlett Johansson?" I think she, in the beginning, the writing necessarily wasn't the best in my opinion, but as the movie kept going on, I go, okay, it's getting a lot better. And then the end is pretty good too.
Okay, yeah, I've never been, I don't even actually know if I've seen the Jurassic Park movies, but see, this is a movie that I would not enjoy because it's two things I don't like action and just like fake. I mean, I know the dinosaurs were here at one point, but just like recreate it.
Sure.
I don't like it. I don't like
Gotcha.
it. So,
gotcha.
But is it set in Hawaii? Is that it, or was it filmed in Hawaii?
It sounds like they may have filmed it in Hawaii, according to our
Okay.
director Shania. It's supposed to take place near the equator.
Got it. Yeah, because when we were in Hawaii back like a year and a half ago or so, we went to this restaurant and everyone was like, "You have to go there. It looks like a scene from Jurassic Park."
Wow.
And now seeing that video though, it definitely looks like that. So
Wow.
I imagine that it could have been filmed there. Very
Cool. Well, hey, it's going to be a great summer. Snack Wrap's coming back. And now, my favorite TV show of all time is getting its own stamp. The U.S. Postal Service bringing a little bikini bottom to your mailbox. Limited edition set of SpongeBob SquarePants Forever stamps coming out on August 1st. The stamps featuring SpongeBob himself, plus appearances from the other friends like Patrick, Squidward, Sandy Cheeks, Mr. Krabs, and Gary the Snail.
I also love SpongeBob. I spent a lot of time watching SpongeBob
Yeah,
as a
I spent
child.
too many afternoons watching SpongeBob. That is my form of, connecting with people now who are around my age. I'll casually throw out like a SpongeBob joke, and hopefully somebody will reciprocate it or follow along with my joke.
Or they'll have the opposite reaction, just be like, "Oh God, this is a SpongeBob kid."
Most of the time they don't get it, and then I'm sad, and I got to go to the rage room, and I got to,
Smash
tough.
some TVs.
Yeah.
Dog lovers out there, you're going to love this one. Dogs from far and wide traveled to Cedar Rapids, Iowa to participate in the Dock Dogs competition. Many people in eastern Iowa took part in that competition, but many came from surrounding states too. So while this is a competitive event, the dog's enjoyment is what matters most. We brought CJ, our chocolate lab, to this event when it was in Duluth. At
Oh,
the
right.
Deck,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe
Couple
2 years
years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, though. It was so fun, and you could seriously tell how much the dogs love it. Like,
Yeah.
they were squealing and just
Oh,
itching to jump off that dog. It was so cute.
especially for the dogs that love to like swim and just be crazy.
Yep,
Just
that's-
jump as far as
that's
they
CJ.
can. Still impressive. Very impressive. Well, coming up, a promising idea for workers could result in better news for employers. We'll see you next on Northern Life. Welcome back. Our director Shania brought us some lemonade to enjoy in the middle of the commercial break. So big thanks to director Shania, as well as her mom. How about that? Well, hey, if you're a fan of long weekends, maybe you can convince your place of employment there are tangible benefits of a shorter work week.
Nice.
A trial conducted over a recent 6-month period tested the effects of a 4-day work week on about 1,000 employees out in the UK. So how about those results? Several companies reported higher revenue with fewer sick days taken during that trial period. All 17 entities who participated ended up keeping that 4-day work week, and one CEO even expects a truncated work week will become the norm in the next decade or so. Similar trials in the U.S. and Germany also reporting happier and healthier employees.
I could see that, yeah. Sometimes, when the weekend comes, you feel like you are just spending the entire weekend preparing for the next week.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
You get your laundry done, maybe you make food for the week.
Get your food, buy your
Yeah,
food.
you run any errands that you couldn't do during the week, and then you're just like, oh, that was all my weekend. And you don't.
Yeah.
I feel like I rarely spend time
Yeah.
like doing something for fun, versus just like trying to keep up. So hey, 4-day work week could be pretty nice.
Yeah,
Since
why not?
school's going to 4 days.
Right.
Maybe work should.
Why
too.
not us? Why not us? Well, we all live very busy lives, and staying active is a critical component of being healthy. However, it can be sometimes hard to find the time to work out.
Yeah, so to help, Mandy Gaither has simple ways to work exercise into your daily schedule.
From work to family responsibilities, our schedules tend to stack up.
One of the biggest complaints I hear when it comes to exercise, I just don't have the time.
But part of staying healthy is being active. The CDC says adults need at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity a week and 2 days of muscle strengthening activity every week. The good news is that you don't have to get it done all at once. It can be spread throughout the week. And if you're just starting out, it's okay to take it slow, says Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Research shows even a 5-minute walk will do you good. Just get moving somehow, one foot in front of the other, and then incorporate it into your daily routine.
Start the habit of exercise by slowly adding to those short walks. Gupta says to make slight changes to increase your steps. Try parking farther away from a store or from work, or take the stairs instead of the elevator. But he says to commit to taking that 5-minute or more walk every day.
This snack-size exercise routine can eventually lead to longer walks and workouts. Usually takes 2 to 3 weeks for something to become a habit, but if you can build up to 11 minutes of more moderate to vigorous types of activity a day, you could lower your risk of cancer, cardiovascular disease, even premature death.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A snack-sized walk. Maybe I'll be eating some snacks on my snack-sized walk.
Right,
Yeah.
it's tough with that name.
Right.
It is hard to find time to fit in exercising,
Yeah.
that's for sure, but you always feel better when you do.
Right.
Yeah, 2 Wisconsin men are now on a bucket list adventure that's been decades in the making. Troy Knudsen and Aaron Jacobus are paddling the full length of the Mississippi River. Their journey started nearly a month ago at the river's headwaters in Lake Itasca, and now they're headed for the Gulf. They braved a few storms, but they're excited to be on the journey.
The best part of this trip thus far is just the people that you meet along the way and just how friendly and helpful they've been and interested in what it is that we're doing out here.
Man, these folks clearly find time to
Yeah.
fit in their exercise.
Not a snack-sized adventure there.
No, holy cow, good for them. It's not clear just how long this journey is going to take the two, but you can follow along on their journey on the Minnesota River Paddlers Facebook group. What a cool idea.
Yeah.
I would love to know what inspired them.
Yeah, good on them for
Yeah.
doing it.
Long
Go
trip.
get them.
For fellow homeowners out there, you never know what you're going to find when you peel back the old layers of an old house.
And in one Minnesota neighborhood, a man started a simple siding project and uncovered a century-old surprise.
Moisture, I think, is going to go right through all of this.
Sometimes new siding is just that, but every now and then, beneath layers of wood and weather,
No, we would never repaint it.
history peeks through.
The house is like a 1915 house, and it had the original lap siding on there, and it had gotten to be in pretty bad shape. We started the project, started the tear off, and that was when we discovered this gift that we were given that we didn't know we had.
A gift painted in red, green, and gold. A century-old gold medal flower ad hidden in plain sight.
I was absolutely floored. I had no idea. It's amazing what you find.
The house, it turns out, wasn't even a house to begin with, or even in the same spot.
Found out that it did exist one lot over as a store, and then got relocated in 1915 and turned into a home. How are you?
Word got out fast.
I posted it on a Facebook group, and that all of a sudden exploded. This is a great way to meet a neighbor.
A second ad was found on the north side, another ghost sign brought back to life.
I don't live in the same house that I lived in yesterday. It's just really, it's really weird. Yeah, it's a completely new history.
Now that the past has made itself known, the challenge is deciding how much of it to keep in the light.
The wife and I agree that we just can't see any way to cover up all of it.
For 110 years, this paint never saw the sun. Now that it has, it's hard to look away.
It hasn't seen a Viking Super Bowl, but neither have we.
Sometimes a wall has more to say than you think. You just have to listen. With photojournalist Nick Luneman, Jeff Wagner, WCCO News.
Welcome back, everybody. We all love winning, right?
Right.
Yeah, but what would you do if you won the lottery? Well, that's the question thousands of people across Norway were asking over the weekend when they were told they had won a large sum in the Euro jackpot draw, but they only found out later that it was all an error. Norway's national lottery has since apologized, calling it a conversion mistake. The CEO even resigned following the scandal, as they probably should, because that is an unfortunate error.
I like the bullet point that says, I'm terribly sorry. I understand the criticism. Critical, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. That'd be tough. You'd be like, guys, you got to hear this. I won the lottery, and your friend goes, I won the lottery too. Isn't that crazy?
I wonder when people started getting suspicious, like how long it took, before. Because I feel like some people, when they win the lottery, they might keep it a kind of a secret.
Yeah.
They're like, now I'm a big time rich.
No one needs to
person."
know.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, what a bummer. Hopefully nobody spent the money before it was actually theirs.
That would not be wise financially. Well, here in Minnesota, an anonymous and generous man is giving out cash to his social media followers, posting video clues online for people to then find the mystery loot out in random locations.
Very cool. Derek James spoke with the unidentified man to learn more about his inspiration.
At Island Lake County Park in Shoreview,
this was the clue that I posted earlier to everybody.
the mystery man behind Minnesota Loot Drop is about to do some of his work.
I want to help people, and I'm tired of seeing people struggle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100.
Typically, his paydays are a wad of cash hidden behind a piece of duct tape. Posted on social media is video of the area with a date and timestamp.
All right, guys, here it is. And I wait for someone to show up, wait for them to find it, and then I approach them, congratulate them. I ask to take their picture and wish them a good day.
With time to wait, we learn that Mr. Minnesota Loot Drop is not a wealthy benefactor. Quite the opposite. A gig job has funded his nearly $3,000 in giveaways so far.
You know, I'm not selfish, I'm not greedy, I don't need much, and I don't want all that luxury, and I don't really want the fame.
A keen-eyed cash hunter can take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour to arrive.
Some people say they don't know where it's at. Usually someone will pop on here and say that they're on their way.
While that didn't happen this time, it only took 15 minutes for this young man to track down the loot.
You coming for that?
Yes, I'm coming for the loot drop. And I literally jumped out of bed, threw on some clothes, and got in my car and started driving.
Moments like these have led Minnesota Loot Drop's social media accounts to pick up thousands of new followers in recent weeks.
First one that finds it, keeps it.
A giveaway in Harris last week has over 1.2 million views on Facebook.
It's exciting. It's definitely good to see others get rewarded.
Even if you're the guy who was just a few minutes too late to the prize.
I'm glad somebody else won too, you know? And if he came first, but it's a God's blessing whoever gets it.
If Mr. Minnesota Loot Drop can monetize his giveaways by getting enough followers on social media,
they're seeing it, they're liking it.
He hopes to be able to help more Minnesotans, including the one who means the most to him, his mom.
I'm actually hoping I can maybe retire her. I am passionate, and I do believe in this.
Man, what a cool idea. And generous guy, too. He says he doesn't need much. He just wants to help others. So.
And also good on him, too, for hiding his identity, you know, especially with such a large social media following. Funniest part was I've actually seen one of his videos before, and I used to live in Minneapolis for a very brief time, and I go, I know that place, but I was like, I'm going to be 5 hours away from getting anywhere near that. I'm still working right now. Yeah. Well, hey, we'll see you after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow, we're expecting the whole team to be back together again here on Northern Life. Hunter's going to be back from his vacation. Very exciting. We'll talk about his time off. Hunter traveled back in time.
He took the DeLorean the other day for a spin.
Oh, so cute, that little Hunter. So he's going to talk about his time off, as well as a few new exciting changes for our Northern News Now team as well. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Good things happening here at the station.
Yeah, great things. Also, that photo said Hunter on my pictures folder on my things. I think there must have been a time where
first day of school picture, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was first day of school or something. But before we go today, orcas have been seen, this is the quote, making out or nibbling each other's tongues both in the wild and in human captivity. That's according to a recently published study. I believe it's a big deal because this is the first time it's been caught on camera. The study found that the behavior is probably a social behavior that reinforces their bonds, and since it's been seen now in both captivity and the wild, it indicates that this kissing is all part of their natural social repertoire.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, so just show the love. Show the love to your fellow orcas on this wonderful Monday.
Yeah, the orcas giving the love that they want to get back.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us today. We love you.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.